Excuse me again.
I don't even know where she's at.
On the roof?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Umbra gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about this DMR that potentially got a shadow buff. So let's head over and check it out. So we're talking about the Bishop today, guys. This weapon does feel completely different from the last time that I made a video on this weapon. And the biggest issue that I had in the previous video was the hip fire. I felt like it performed very well using ADS and other things like that. But whenever it came down strictly to the hip fire of this weapon, it fell short in a massive way. But I think that they either A, went in there and did some type of shadow buff to make the hip fire just a little bit better, or B, it's actually working as intended at this particular moment, and it wasn't whenever I made that first video. Either one of those scenarios is very viable, or it could be my change up in play style. It could be me being better at the game or being worse at the game, depending on how you want to look at it. But let's look at the statistics here, and then let's hop up top and talk about the changes and the issues that I have had with this weapon thus far. So at the uncommon base level, it does a body damage of 30, the range is 20, the mag size is 12, the fire rate is 5.35, the handling is 36, and the reload time is 2. Whenever you upgrade it to that rare, you get an increase in magazine size and hip fire accuracy. At the epic level, it reduces the recoil and gives you suppression fire. And then at the legendary level, it increases the damage range and reduces the reticle bloom. Like I said, this was one of those weapons that felt very, very bad to use way back in the day, not long after it was released, because it did feel like the hip fire was something that was very unreliable, right? Because whether you want to admit it or not, whenever you're running a DMR, it's inevitable that you're going to get into these gunfights where you have to use hip fire to try to survive. It's just an inevitability in Rogue Company. And depending on how good and how hard that weapon hits using the hip fire, you can either manage to escape or you're able to put someone down whenever you're actually hip firing with them. The Bishop is one of the most inconsistent weapons, in my opinion, when it came to hip fire, because I was just not able to do anything. With every other DMR, I was able to consistently get hip fire damage out and do enough to either down them or at least run them off or make it to where I could retreat, but not the Bishop. But here recently, I've seen a lot more people running the Bishop as a weapon, and I picked one up whenever we were playing a respawn game mode, and I was like, wow, this doesn't feel the same as I remember it. So I played several matches, me just using the Bishop, trying to familiarize myself with it and kind of come back to terms with the positives and negatives of it. And the more that I played it, the more I realized that this is the perfect running gun DMR at this point. Especially whenever you couple it with other perks like gunsmith and crack shot, things like that, to up that ammo count even higher. You don't realistically need a range increase for this weapon. It's good that they give it to you at that legendary level, but you don't realistically need it because you're going to be running this weapon more or less like an assault rifle. You're going to be running the map, getting close, doing pop shots on people, using a lot of hip fire, and that was the way that it felt like the weapon was designed, and that's the way that I wanted to run that weapon anyway. I wanted it to be an alternative and kind of bridge that gap to an assault rifle, and that's basically what it feels like it does now at this point. I was using the Mamba as that bridge, and I do enjoy using the Mamba. It does hit really, really, really hard. But I think I might start migrating a little bit more towards the Bishop and using it for that hip fire accuracy, using it for those close quarters engagements, because doing 30 body shot damage, and that's not even counting headshots, at that optimal range feels like it offers a lot more than the other DMRs currently offer. And I do like that play style, and I'm glad that whatever happened with this weapon and whatever they did with this weapon happened, because it does feel so much better, and I'm very excited to use this weapon more and experiment with this weapon more and tinker with it just a little bit more. If it continues to run as it currently does, if it continues to function the way that it currently functions, then I see no issues, no problems, no nothing with this weapon moving forward. I think it would be a good viable weapon, and I think that it would be easy to recommend this to people that are wanting to try to get into learning more about how DMRs play, especially in like a third-person shooter and some like specific game modes like strikeout and team deathmatch and things like that. Hopefully it'll stay here. I hope this isn't like an unintended buff that they gave it and then they go back on it like weeks and weeks down the road or months down the road. But I want them to keep it right where it is. It is still viable. It's not overpowered, and just tightening up that hip fire spread slightly. It feels like it's exactly what they did, and having a little bit more consistent damage output with the hip fire makes it feel like a completely different weapon. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that the Bishop is a viable DMR? Do you think that this is something that would perfectly kind of bridge that gap between assault rifle and DMR? Do you think that there's a better weapon that you can use to bridge that gap between assault rifle and DMR? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Come on, get out of here.
What's
Everywhere I go.
I know we've got a group of cooks in here, so let's. What's a complex recipe that I can ask this shit to simplify?
Tuscan chicken, tortellini.
Oh Chicken
my
cordon bleu.
god! Oh my fucking god, dude.
Tuscan chicken?
Yeah.
Here's a pound of pasta, pound of chicken, olive oil, 2 cloves garlic minced, cherry tomatoes, heavy cream, grated Parmesan cheese, fresh
What?
basil, salt and pepper to taste.
Do not fail me again.
Found us.
Behind us.
Ow! Right here behind us. They're coming in our back though.
Now.
Bitch.
Lethal out.
Alright, tell me if this sounds like an ultimate challenge to you guys. You got your sourdough bread. You got some mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, deli style ham, sharp cheddar cheese, avocado, lettuce, tomato, and cooked bacon.
I'm in.
Oh yeah. Same. On the tree.
Excuse me. Excuse me again.
I don't even know where she's at.
Roof.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
I'm
Somebody
dead.
else just went up there.
I knew it, dude.
Oh, come the fuck on now.
I wish that Umbra had shredder
Down on
rounds.
the roof.
Create the ultimate cocktail with the taste of cherry Kool-Aid.
Up top.
I got her.
Cause now
Oh,
he's
there's more, I got
I got him.
They're down under.
Yeah, I'm healing.
Coming from the land down under.
Holy fuck.
Behind me.
1.5 ounces of vodka, 1.5 ounces of cherry liqueur, 1.5 ounces
that?
of grenadine, 4 ounces of cherry Kool-Aid, and a cup of ice.
One up top.
I can't revive you even though I got the fucking thing to revive you. Doesn't make sense.
Nice work, team. Checks in the mail.
Give me my check, motherfucker.
It'll
Good
bounce,
afternoon.
Garbo. It'll bounce. Don't take it.
Hold it till next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
First of the month.
Yeah, I think they buffed the bishop.
Seems like
Snake
it,
left
right?
the bishop.
Yeah. I mean,
I wish they'd do that in chess. They can only move crossways. I like to move it different ways.
yeah.
I've been playing a lot of chess lately.
But hey, I know
my
chess has been
phone.
out for like centuries, but we need to change the bishops. This
Needs
meta
a
of
buff.
bishops, it needs a buff.
It's got aimbot.